All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this full velocity overview call. Again, my name is James Ward. If you're just jumping in the room, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. Just asking where everybody is from. So we've got Texas, Republic of Texas, South Florida. We got Auckland, New Zealand. Welcome from New Zealand. We got Orlando. We got Houston. We have Iowa. We have California in the house. We have New York in the house. Welcome. Let's see here. South Africa. It is getting late there. What are you doing awake? New York City and North Carolina, welcome. Vero Beach, Florida, welcome. South Dakota, Ontario, Canada, welcome. We got Athens, Georgia in the house. Let's see what else we got here. More Canada in the house. So thank you all so much for taking the time to come out. Again, my name is James Ward. You're here for the Full Velocity Overview call, and I'm excited to be your host here today. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing rolling and get our presentation started here. So I'm going to ask for a little bit of help here before we get rolling. I want to make sure that you can see my screen. So if you can just give me a number 1 in the chat that you can see my screen, we will get this thing rocking and rolling. All right. Awesome. Thank you all so much for letting me know that. That always helps me. So again, welcome to the Full Velocity Overview call. Here's the deal. This will probably be the very last Full Velocity Overview call exactly like this. We're doing some amazing enhancements to our system, and you're going to learn a little bit about those tonight. But if you're here as a member, we want to welcome you as always. If you're brand new, just learning about this for the very first time, I know for certain you're going to find something that is very different, very unique, and something I really believe that you'll like. So let's see if it's going to fit into what you have going. So let's go ahead and get started. I always like to start with what is Full Velocity? Like, what type of company are we? Because I know there's a lot of companies out there that you're used to dealing with that might be in the financial industry. They might be in a lot of different places. We are a technology company. And what we do here is we offer, trade scripts and bots, which in turn you can deploy on pretty much any exchange that you want to participate in the cryptocurrency markets. Now, we are not a financial services company, a financial institution. We do not manage or control or have custody of any funds whatsoever. And it's really important for you to understand that, because as we get going through this information, some of those questions might pop into your head like, hey, do they have the financial license? They're operating in the United States. Is this safe? All those different things. So just keep in mind, we never touch the money. We are never custodians of your money, and we are a technology company. So excited to share with you what our technology is. Before we get into all that, I want to talk about the cryptocurrency space. Now, most likely, if you're here tonight, either you've been part of cryptocurrency or you're just looking at it for the very first time, trying to figure out, how do you participate in this craziness that's going on? As you know, there's a huge boom that's been taking place for several years now. And inside of that cryptocurrency market, what we also know is there's a tremendous amount of volatility, right? I mean, if you look at what the market has done just like in the last 12 months, and you look at December and January, so December of 21, January of 2022, the market dropped off almost 50%. Now, when I say the market, most of the time people assume that we are referring to Bitcoin, right? Because that's kind of like the Dow. If you're talking about the stock market, the Bitcoin is what everything looks like for correlation, right? You look to the Bitcoin to see exactly what's going on. But there's a whole nother world out there of altcoins and tokens and things like that. And it didn't matter where you looked, everything pretty much got smashed for the most part in those couple months. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that is not to paint some doom and gloom picture. It's to tell you that in the most crazy times, in the most volatile times, in the most emotional times, our technology and our bot does the best. Okay. If it is high volatility and high volume, we do amazing things with this bot. And we're going to talk about that in more detail, exactly what that looks like. But I just want to let you know, if you've seen some of the ups and downs in the market, you have to know that, hey, most things are driven on emotion and most things are driven on fear and greed. When you're using technology and you're using an actual code and algorithm, you take all that emotion out of it, which really helps you be able to make the right decisions without worrying about, hey, I think this might go up or I think this might go down. We think we're at a bottom or we think we're at a top. You don't have to think at all, right? The software does it for you. The technology does it for you. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Now, one thing that I told you for certain, you're going to find that this is a very unique company, a very unique situation, is we offer something that I just haven't seen out there anywhere. Okay. And what that is we're going to put the full control and the full power back in your hands to have your own unique experience with Full Velocity. Okay. See, most companies out there, when you start with them, what they do is they require you to send them money and then they're going to trade on your behalf. Okay. So whether we're talking about cryptocurrency or Forex or stocks or anything like that, most of the time you send your money into an account, that company is going to trade on your behalf. Now, the reality is we know some companies aren't actually trading. There's a lot of things going out there. What we do differently is you are actually going to manage your own account. Okay. So I want to tell you and explain to you exactly what full control looks like. So you have a real understanding of not just the term of it, but what does that really mean to you as you're getting started here with Full Velocity, if it makes sense for you. Well, number one, you're going to have full access to your funds at all time. If I just stop the presentation here, right? I mean, just after I get done with this slide, I think you're going to immediately see how we're different from any other company out there that maybe you've looked at, maybe you've dealt with. Okay. Number one, we don't touch your money. Number two, you have full access to your money. That means that if you were to get started today, okay, and you funded your bot and used our technology, and let's say you decided by the end of the day that you and your significant other, your spouse, whatever it was, y'all needed the money back, you made a mistake, whatever it was, you literally could just go in there and get it. Okay. That does not happen in this industry traditionally. Traditionally, there are a lot of hoops that you have to jump through. You have to wait a certain amount of time. So with Full Velocity, there is no lockup periods. Okay, so you're not going to have to wait 6 months, a year, or 2 years, or wait till your money doubles, or whatever ever hoop that they put on it is. You don't have to worry about any of that. No one has control of your money except for you. So again, you have the ability to have your own unique experience inside of our system, which is really cool. There's no withdrawal fees, only the typical blockchain fees, or if you use a Wire or a Zelle, there's those fees, but the normal fees that are associated with that, we're not going to charge you 30-40% to take your money early and then try to pay you out in some token that you have to liquidate in some other market where you might get 20 cents on the dollar. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We don't mess around with any of that. Okay. You want your money, you just make a withdrawal request and you decide which type of currency you want it in and you get it. Also, full transparency in your own exchange account. You're going to see every open trade that we have. You're going to see it in real time. And we're going to talk about that here in just a second. But you're going to have an amazing account here, an option to use our technology and be able to thrive with it if you choose to. Now, I want to talk about one other cool thing that we have inside of this cryptocurrency market that is not relevant in other markets. By other markets, I mean, like if you talk about the Forex market or you talk about the stock market, those markets are 5 days a week, right? And they're only open for a certain amount of time during those 5 hours or 5 days a week. Inside the cryptocurrency market, you're talking about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You have the potential to profit. Now, potential being the key word, right? Because the reality is that there are, anytime you're dealing with real trading, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. If you're looking at any platform that just pays a fixed percentage or any type of guaranteed percentage, those have to be red flags to you. Okay. This is something that's real. You're going to see the ups, the downs, the sideways, all of that right there in your account. And the coolest thing about this is you're going to be able to profit from this, not just like every day, but every single time there is a profit instantly, you're going to be able to have access to that if you choose to. Okay. Now, I want to talk about the ease of use. And this is super important because, again, there's a lot of you out there that maybe you have looked before at trying to be part of a platform, or maybe you've looked at, some of these signal companies out there where they want to send you the signals. You have to do the trading on your own, which by the way, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I'm just simply telling you why we are different. Okay. The ease of use here is so simple. When you get started with us here tonight, basically you're going to have 5 videos that's going to walk you through the process where you can be set up in about 15 minutes. By setup, I mean not only your account created, not only your exchange account integrated, not only your bot actually funded, but everything in between done. You can do that in about 15 minutes. So it is a pretty cool aspect of our system. And I always relate this to my mom. I mean, she'd probably get mad at me for saying this every single time I do this call, but my mom's not very technical. So I always say, hey, could my mom actually do this? And the answer is absolutely yes. Now, there's one component as well when it comes to flexibility or ease of use, and that is funding it, right? Like, being able to actually get money into the bot and being able to fund it and use our technology. How is it you can do that? Well, we have integrated with a company called Dart. Now, you have the ability to use any exchange you want, but Dart is the one that we fully recommend that you use because we are integrated fully with them and allows us to operate our system completely. But one cool thing about Dart is when you get started with this integration and this company, you can actually fund your bot multiple different ways. You can use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, USDC, USDT. But here's a couple cool things. You can also use bank wires, even if you're not in the US. So if you're an international customer that wants to be part of this, you can absolutely use bank wires. You can also use Zelle. If you're in the US or a country that offers Zelle, you can use Zelle also. So it's a really cool aspect of it that allows you that even if you're brand new, don't even have a cryptocurrency wallet set up, you have the ability to utilize this system, and being able to integrate with Dart gives you all these different options, which is cool. Now, let's talk about the strategy of our bot. And I know you guys have heard me use that word bot or trade script a couple different times. And I said a little bit in the beginning what that is, but literally what we're talking about is we're talking about programming code, right? We're talking about the technology behind this that makes a bot actually operates, the things that make the buys and the sells and makes the decisions from a code standpoint based upon what the market is doing. So what I'm going to do on this slide is, number one, I'm not going to read this whole thing to you. You can read it while I'm talking here, but I'm going to simplify this, so even if you're brand new to this cryptocurrency market, you can at least have an idea of what the strategy behind what we do here at Full Velocity is. Okay, we have a bot called the Full Velocity Flex Bot. And that bot, number one, it is not a martingale system. So if you're a trader, you're going to know what some of these terms are, or you've been in the industry for any amount of time as far as trading your cryptocurrency. We are not a martingale bot. Okay, and what that means is we're not doubling every single time there's a loss. That's what basically the martingale system is. There's no repeat buy down or buybacks. There's no big drawdowns. A drawdown, just so everybody knows, is essentially the amount that an account has to drop in order to eventually get to profit. I always use this analogy. If your house today is worth $100,000, and a year from now, let's say the market drops and your house is now only worth 75,000, you've essentially dropped 25%, right? Well, the next year comes around and the market just blows up. Things are exciting and you can actually sell your house for 150,000. So let's say that you did that. That amount that it dropped to that 75,000 would be the drawdown. It would be 25%. So it's the amount that your account has to go down in order to eventually get to that profit. And that's what happens inside of real trading, by the way. Okay. But our bot specifically, we have what we call a hedge strategy. And essentially, what that means is that every single time we go out there and we purchase a coin, we're going to be long in the coin and we're going to be short in the coin. So in simplification, basically what that means is a long and a short means a long means that we think that the market is going up. A short means that we think that the market is going down. So you might be saying, well, James, if you're buying the same coin long and short, doesn't that just, mean nothing? It means zero. Well, actually, there's little profits that can be taken along the way. And the way that our strategy works is there's 3 to 4 to even sometimes 10,000 trades a day, right? That not a day, but a week, that are happening inside of the system. So you get to participate in that through our algorithm. That couldn't even be done by a human, right? That has to be done by a system. And that's what you're getting access to. Now, I already told you that in December and January, so December of 2021, January 2022, the market got absolutely smashed. If you remember me saying that, it lost about 50%. I know people personally that lost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, got their accounts completely wiped out because they were highly leveraged. Well, in that amount of time, when the market was getting completely hammered, our bot was up 15.1% for the month of January. The maximum drawdown being 19.4%. That means that it had to drop 19.4% at the most that it was down in order to get back to that 15.1% of profit, which is pretty cool. But I want you to think about this, okay? In the very worst time, the very worst crash in the last 12 months where the market's down 50%, our bot did 15.1% in that month. Sounds pretty awesome, right? But that's only 1 month, and anyone can get lucky. But since March of 2021, okay, since March of 2021, this bot has averaged 2.4% a week. Now, I want to be sure that you understand this slide, okay? There's no guarantee whatsoever. I mean, zero guarantee that it's going to continue to do 2.4% a week. There's also no guarantee that it will do exactly 2.4%. What you're looking at here is an average, what it has averaged. We will have up days, we will have down days, we will have flat days. You see, because that's what real trading is. I'm going to go back to the fact that if you're looking at companies out there that are paying you a fixed percentage, are guaranteeing you some type of rate of return, those are huge, huge red flags because there's no company in the history of trading that's been able to produce the same exact return every single day in an actual trading environment. It does not happen. So I know I'm really blunt on some of this stuff, and some of you won't like that I said that. That's okay. I'm not here to really be your friend. I'm here to educate you and tell you why that we're different, and also hopefully protect you a little bit from everything that's going on out there in the market. Now, with all this being said, there's two types of people in the world, in my opinion, when it comes to cryptocurrency. There's the people that have no interest whatsoever in cryptocurrency. Okay. They're the people that are comfortable with going to the bank, earning a 0.5% a year, not a day, but a year, right? Or they're comfortable with dealing with their stockbroker, which, by the way, I was a stockbroker for a decade. And the one thing I know is that when you're doing hypothetical illustration, so you're showing people like, hey, here's your financial plan, here's what you could expect annually as a rate of return. You never show more than 10%. Okay. You never show more than 10% because anything over 10% is really frowned upon. They really want you to stay between 6% and 10%, depending on what someone's risk tolerance is. So there's those people out there that are totally comfortable with that. They have nothing that they want to do with crypto. And then there's the people that are in the crypto industry or trying to get in the crypto industry for the very first time. They see the potential, they see the future and what how bright it is, but there's also a lot of misrepresentation out there and misconceptions of what reality is in the crypto market. Some of you here today, you look at 2.4% a week and you're like, well, I know a company over here that's paying 2.4% a day, or they're paying 3% a day or 5% a day. And I always say this, they might be paying that today, but just look in 3 months and they will be gone. Okay. Because that is not reality. That is not how trading actually works. So with our system, what you're going to get is you're going to get something that's real. You're going to get something that's transparent. You're going to get something that you have control over it. But if you're comparing us to any of the other companies out there that aren't really doing anything or putting up some fixed rate, we're never going to compare to them because it's apples to oranges. You have something that's real versus something that's not. Okay. So as we move on here, I want to talk just really briefly about the new system that we're actually implementing tonight inside of our program. You couldn't have picked a better time to be on a call like this or to be your very first introduction to Full Velocity because we are introducing our very, very brand new real-time feed system. Essentially, what our real-time feed system is going to do is it's going to give you access to real-time profits. You see, previously up until now, our profits have essentially hit once a week. Like people can withdraw their profits once at any time, but they only hit once a week. Going forward, you're going to have real time profits and real time losses, by the way, but real time, you're going to be able to see them right there in your own account, which means you can take those at any time you want. You can withdraw them. You could actually compound them if you want, put them back into the trade script. It's going to be your own unique experience. Okay. It is completely up to you what you want to do. You're going to have the ability to compound it 10%, 25%, 50%, 100%. 0%, withdraw everything, put everything. It's totally up to you, which is such a cool aspect of what we're doing. And the best thing about this, we are the very first company in the world that's had the opportunity to share this with you, and the very first company that's actually working with Dart, the company that I talked about, in order to have this real-time system, real-time feed system. So it is an absolute game changer from that perspective. Now, really quickly, I'm not going to spend much time on this, but I just want to give you a snapshot of what your account's going to look like inside of the Dart system. This right here, by the way, is just a 15-minute snapshot. So I want you to look at all the ups and downs that are going on and all the trading that's happening just in 15 minutes through this graph. Right here, you can see deposits and withdrawals. You literally can withdraw in any time you want. You can deposit anytime you want. There's multiple ways to do that. If you look over here to the right, again, not going to spend much time on this, but it's basically just talking about your balance. It shows right here we have 24 open trades. It shows the coin that you're actually trading in, which is Near, Atom, Matic, and USDT. If I had to guess, 90% of you on here have never heard of those coins. But I do want to let you know that the only coins that the algorithm will actually trade in are ones that have 100 million in daily trade volume, 100 million in daily trade volume or more. Not market cap, but daily trade volume. We need things that have a lot of volatility, a lot of volume, and also can move up and down and handle the liquidity that we need. So it's a very cool aspect. This right here, I just want to show you this because this is such a cool thing that you're going to see in your back office here. This is just from 8:49 a.m. to 9:37 a.m. So we're talking about 15 minutes, okay, of the same exact day. And what you're seeing, as you can see, it's all on the same day here. what you're seeing here is these are profits. These little plus signs are profits that were taken during this hour. So you can see that there's actually 8 profits during this 50-minute program here, or this 50-minute snapshot. And I want you to think about this for a second, okay? Imagine this is your account, and imagine being able to see these profits hit your account multiple times an hour, assuming that there's profits. There could be losses as well, but assuming that there's profits, imagine these hitting constantly, and what an awesome feeling that's going to be. Now you're going to have the ability to take these out and withdraw these at any time you want. You can have them compound back in. Whatever you want to do from that perspective, you can. Now, whoever sent you here today, on the website that they sent you to, before you get started, we actually have a calculator that you can mess around with. We put that calculator there because we want you to have realistic expectations. Okay. When we start talking about 2.4%, sometimes people are like, oh, well, if I put in $1,000 today, then it's going to be at $10,000 like in 2 months at 2.4% a week. That's not reality, right? So we want you to have a realistic view of what it looks like. So you can go mess around with our calculator if you want and figure out what it's going to do for you. So at this point, you got to be asking yourself, all right, James, what is the cost of this thing? All right. Are you about to throw the 997 like every other webinar in the world does? Are you going to say this is like 2,000 bucks for me to get started? What is the cost to get going with this here today? Well, I've got some good news. Okay. It's going to cost you 0 out-of-pocket fees to get started to use our technology. That's right. We don't charge $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or even $1 to use our system to get started. All the fees, all of our money that we receive as a company is built into the performance of our technology. Okay. And I'll explain that to you here in just a second. So our technology is free to use. Now, in order for you to fund the bot, okay, through your own exchange account, you're going to need a minimum of 200 US dollars. Okay. Now, I believe that opens it up to almost anyone worldwide. $200, almost anyone that should be getting started in something like this can afford $200. So just keep that in mind. That money doesn't go to us. We don't ever touch it. You're actually going to fund your own exchange account with that. But the cost to use our software up front is 0. Okay. So what we've done here is we've created what I consider a complete win-win situation. The only way we make money as a company is if we put our money where our mouth is and making sure that our bot and our technology is performing. That's it. That's the only way that we can make money. So how does that work? Well, we essentially charge a 30% service fee or technology fee, whatever you like to call it, every single time there is a profit inside of your system. The exchange automatically collects that profit and it is sent directly to Full Velocity. Okay, that 30% fee, which is really cool. Now, here's the deal. Let's break this down where you can actually see it from a number perspective. Okay, let's say that your account had $10,000 in profit. And again, it wouldn't matter if we're talking about 1 day, 1 week, or even 1 month, or even 1 year. The math works the exact same. For you to have $10,000 in profit in a day, you would have to have a massive account. Okay. I'm just wanting you to see the number so you can visually understand it. But here's the deal. Let's just say that you had an account that generated $10,000 in profit. Of that $10,000, $7,000 of that would go directly to you as the user. Our fee would be $3,000 in this example. Now, I want to show you something really cool that we do with this $3,000, or this 30% is actually what it is at the end, but I wanted you to actually have a visual of what this looks like. So what have y'all learned so far? Number one, this thing is free to join, right? There is 0 out-of-pocket expense, $200 to get started with your bot that goes directly into your account. You have potential profits 7 days a week through cryptocurrency and losses, right? Up and down. But at the same time, the profits to be able to do that every single day is absolutely awesome. The ease of use, right? I've already talked about this. You can get started in 10 to 15 minutes with 5 videos. There's multiple ways for you to fund your account through Dart, including major cryptocurrencies, bank wires, Zelle. This thing's averaged 2.4% a week. Again, no guarantees whatsoever. But since March of 2021, it has done that. And, all we can do is look at the history. We can't guarantee anything in the future, but our system has absolutely been crushing it and working, which is awesome. We never touch your funds. Full Velocity as a company never touches anyone's funds whatsoever. You're going to have control over that. You'll have full 100% liquidity, access to it when you want it. If you have an emergency tonight with your family, you need that money, you can take that money. It is yours, which is awesome. And most importantly, well, maybe not most importantly, but also as important, we only make money if our software works. If our technology works, great. If it doesn't, we're not going to make any money. So it's super cool. So at this point in time, you have to be excited about what's going on. I assume if you want to get started in this, you can go to the link that whoever sent you. But before you go, I want you to think for a second how many others out there that you might think would like to be able to participate in this. And if you do know other people, I want to introduce you to our affiliate platform. It's very simple. This part of the presentation is going to take 5 minutes. So just stick around because it's really cool to understand, but also very simple. Now, what I have to do anytime we're talking about affiliate, income, we have to talk about this disclaimer. Affiliate commissions are generated from the performance of the full velocity bot. There's no guarantees whatsoever of earning any affiliate commissions at all. In order for you to earn affiliate commissions, you must refer others who participate in the bot. And this is 100% based on your efforts of referring others who use the full velocity bot. I don't typically read stuff, but I feel like I needed to make sure that you understand that. It's really simple. You don't refer people, you can't earn. If the bot doesn't perform, we don't get paid and you don't get paid, right? So we have a huge incentive to make sure it does. Now, when you talk about affiliate marketing these days, let's think about this. Every major company in the world today has an affiliate platform. I always refer to Amazon because we love Amazon. We got to be in their top 10 people as far as using Amazon. I'm only kidding, but I feel like that because my wife is constantly on there. But every major company has it. So people's acceptance of affiliate platforms has grown exponentially, where it used to be kind of like taboo. You can't tell people about it. Like if you're not using an affiliate platform, you're just leaving money on the table. Now, with that being said, referring others here is completely optional. Okay. You do not have to do it. In fact, I did a training today, a training today, just talking about the fact of how many people have won inside of full velocity that have not referred a single person, right? So this part is completely and totally optional. You do not have to participate in this. You can just use our product and service, which is really cool. Now, but if you are one of those people, you might know a couple people that you could refer into this. I want you to really plug in here because this compensation plan is something that truly you can earn money while you sleep. And I know that's kind of corny, but I want you to pay attention to what I'm going to be talking about here. Now, not only is this program completely optional, it's completely free. Okay. I'm not about to spring on you some monthly fee of 30, 50, $100 to use our back office and all of our tools and all that stuff. I'm not doing that. Okay. It is completely optional. It's completely free to sign up. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, that's okay as well. But I want to tell you why you would want to do it. Okay. And I want to talk about residual income, which I think is the holy grail of business. Any entrepreneur, any business owner out there, what they want more of is residual income, period. Like if there's any income you could pick, it's the residual that you want to increase. The money that comes in without you having to make the phone calls, you could just flick your light on every day. You could be at the beach with your family, your 9 to 5 job, whatever it is, and you could earn money. But here's the problem, not necessarily the problem. Okay, but here's the reality. That's a better way to say it. Here's the reality of residual income in almost every other platform that I've seen out there. And that is that most of the time, in order to have a residual component to your payment plan, you have to have people either in auto ship, right? They have to be buying products or services, and making sure that they're paying that every single month. And you have to be the one on the phone encouraging them, hey, make sure you've got your auto ship set up. Make sure you can pay for your monthly service fees, whatever it is. Well, folks, here you're not going to have to do that at all, right? You're never going to have to pick up the phone at all. People put their money into the bot. And when the bot performs, you're going to get a cut of that. Okay. It's really that simple. So let me show you what that means. What we've done is we've created a win-win situation. It's actually a win-win-win. I could add another win to that. The person who's using our technology, when the bot performs, they win. Also, when they win, we win as a company because we take that 30% fee. And you, as an affiliate, we're actually going to share that fee with you. In fact, we're going to share the majority of it. So here's how it works. Remember that example of the $10,000 in profit? If you look at that $10,000 in profit here, as I said, 7,000 of that's going to go to the person who actually owns the bot, right? Who funded the bot. It's their money. $3,000, I told you, goes to full velocity. But what I didn't tell you is what we do with that. Of that 30%, okay, that comes to full velocity, we pay 90% of it back out to our affiliates. So in this example of $10,000, 7,000 going to the person. Of that 3,000 that's left, $2,700 would go to our affiliates and only $300 would go to the company, right? But let me break it down a little bit further, okay? Our compensation plan is built up of what we call a unilevel. Our unilevel is 20 levels deep, and I'm going to explain to you really in layman's terms, easy terms, how you can understand a unilevel, okay? And if you have further questions, you can get back with who sent you here. But level 1 pays out 25%. Level one are basically the people that you personally refer into Full Velocity. You go out there, you share your link. They say, yes, I want to be part of it. They sign up for free. They fund their bot. And once they fund their bot and there's profits that are created, you're going to earn 25% of that. So in this example right here, of this $10,000 in profit, if this was a person that you referred, you would earn 25% of this $2,700, right? Not too bad. Now, levels 2 through 5. I'm not going to go through every one of these levels, so just hold tight. But levels 2 through 5, I went out there, I personally referred you. You're my level 1. When you go out there and refer someone, you are now my level 2 and you're that person's level 1, right? Pretty simple. So if you come in levels 2 through 5, you're going to earn 10% of this example. 10% of 2,700 would be $270 on every person that fell into that level 2. You're going to earn 10% on them. So folks, here's the amazing thing, okay? We talked about the ability to compound your profits, right? I want you to imagine if someone was compounding their profits, okay? So they had their money still working in the bot, and every single time there was a profit paid, they threw it right back into the technology and it continued to grow. That means that you would have an instant automatic increase in your income daily from the compounding, right? Not monthly, but daily. Every single time that compounded, you would now have the ability to compound the commissions that you've created as well, assuming that the bot's performing. If the bot's performing, it's irrelevant. But if the bot is performing, right, and those profits are going back into the bot, there's a commission that's generated instantly every single time there's a profit generated. So what's so cool about our platform is not only do you have instant access to your profits, there's instant commissions as well that will be paid on this as well. So think about this, okay? Let's just say you have 10 people in your organization, your team, people that you've referred, whatever. Every single time that there's a profit paid on their account, those 10 people. So in that example where there were 8 profits that were paid, imagine for a second you had 10 people getting eight payments an hour. That would be 80 commission payments to you. That's just a small little example, folks, of what could happen. So what you get here is you get a compound effect of profits, a compound effect of commissions, but more importantly, it's the mindset, right? The mindset behind knowing that you can see commissions coming in there, that this thing is building for you. Because how many times you've been in platforms where you're just not earning, or you made a little bit of money up front and then it's gone. You got to go to another platform. You got to recruit more people. That is not the way this thing works. It's something different. You've never seen it before, and it's going to absolutely disrupt not only the affiliate marketing a part of this business, but the entire crypto space. So we're so excited about it. Last thing I'm going to tell you, we do have what we call ranks. We call them gears, like if you're shifting gears. So first, second, third, fourth, as if you're driving a car. We want to help you get to full velocity. Okay. Full velocity is what is considered our top rank. The way you get there is to refer 12 people that fund their bot. There's no minimum, just the $200 minimum is, I guess there is a minimum, $200, but it's not like they have to fund it with $10,000 or something like that. You have 12 people that put $200 into this bot that you personally referred that stay active. You are now a full velocity member. Okay. And you are a full velocity rank. So you can earn on all 20 levels. It's absolutely awesome. So I went 6 minutes instead of 5 minutes. I apologize for that. But listen, I want you to get back with whoever sent you here. Okay. Get your final questions answered and come be part of this awesome thing. I'm telling you, this is absolutely blown up. We've attracted so many people to it. So get back with who sent you here. Come be part of this amazing company, and we will see you on the other side. Thank you for spending your evening with me, or morning or afternoon. See y'all. Bye bye.